10 times wild animals saved humans. We've known about pets sparing their proprietors, yet shouldn't something be said about wild creatures sparing complete outsiders? Wild dolphins, porpoises, and deer have spared people, as have lions, bears, and whales. Be that as it may, not the entirety of the creatures on this rundown spared people deliberately. Some just became accidental legends, while the inspirations of others stay in uncertainty. In one case, some accept the rescuers were really wanting to eat the individual they spared. 10 lions save girl from kidnappers. At some point in June 2005, a 12-year-old Ethiopian young lady was strolling home from school when she was kidnapped by 4 men. Rustic Ethiopia has seen numerous cases of men capturing ladies they mean to strongly Wednesday. The young lady stayed with the men for 7 days while police looked for her. The police were following the abductors when the men surrendered the young lady after they were drawn closer by 3 lions. The lions didn't eat the young lady, the same number of would have anticipated. They just stayed with her and afterward unobtrusively left when the police showed up. A natural life master proposed the lions didn't murder the young lady since she seemed like a lion whelp while crying. Nonetheless, not every person thinks the lions were being superheroes. A game tracker proposed the large felines were going to eat the young lady and were hindered by the police. 9 Sea lion saves man from drowning. At some point in 2000, Kevin Hines chose he'd had enough of life. He was experiencing bipolar turmoil and wretchedness and decided to end it all by suffocating. His area of decision was the acclaimed Golden Gate Bridge of San Francisco. Be that as it may, he didn't suffocate true to form on the grounds that an ocean lion kept him over the water. Hines' at first idea the ocean lion was a shark. This cracked him out. While he intended to end it all, that did exclude being murdered by a shark. Nonetheless, he before long understood that his startling friend was an ocean lion. The ocean lion continued catching him to keep him over the water and stayed with him until a Coast Guard salvage boat showed up. Other than keeping Hines above water, the ocean lion likewise helped the rescuers to discover him without any problem. In the event that the ocean lion hadn't kept him above water, the Coast Guard would have invested in any longer energy looking for Kevin's body underwater too. 0051 104 8 dolphins save lifeguards from shark. On October 20, 2004, lifeguard Rob Howes and 3 young lifeguards including his little girl were swimming at Ocean Beach, close to Whangarei, New Zealand, when they were unexpectedly encircled by 7 bottlenose dolphins. The dolphins began hovering around them, keeping them together. Howes and one of the swimmers floated away from the rest, however a dolphin followed them and jumped under the water around them. Howes went submerged to perceive what the dolphin was doing and found an incredible white shark swimming around him. That was the second he understood what was occurring, the dolphins were shielding them from the shark. Howes never told the young lifeguards there was a shark in the water since he would not like to frighten them. Another lifeguard, Matt Fleet, seen the occurrence from shore and took a boat to perceive what was going on. He saw the shark, as well. The dolphins kept surrounding the lifeguards for 40 minutes until the shark left. Dr. Rochelle Constantine of Auckland University School of Biological Sciences said the occurrence was not unfathomable, however it was uncommon. Dolphins have been noticed shielding different creatures from sharks. In New Zealand's waters, sharks aren't generally a significant danger to bottlenose dolphins, however they will assault a shark on the off chance that they feel they're in danger. 7 deer saves woman from unidentified man. This is a story of a wild creature unconsciously sparing a human. At some point in February 2012, an anonymous lady was spared by a deer in Oxford, Ohio. She was going to a gathering that evening, which she left at around 1 a.m. A man got her as she strolled past a field. He hit her and had a go at grabbing her toad prior to hauling her into the field. A deer was dozing in the field that evening yet was frightened when it heard the hints of the couple battling. It hopped up and fled the scene. The man was additionally terrified when he heard the hints of the escaping deer, so he fled, as well, disregarding the woman all. The lady got back to the gathering and called 911. Lamentably, she was unable to portray the man to the police for. 6 dolphins save surfer from shark. On August 28, 2016, Todd Endries was surfing at Marina State Park, California, when he was assaulted by an incredible white shark. The shark came at him multiple times. The main assault was fruitless, and the shark just hit him as he lay on his surfboard. In any case, that was sufficient to report the shark's quality. The subsequent assault would not be so sympathetic. The shark bit into Todd's middle and part of his surfboard. It didn't tear him open, however, had the option to strip skin away from him. The shark would have likely attacked Todd's inward organs if his stomach hadn't been squeezed against the surfboard. The shark returned for a third assault. This time, it focused on Todd's correct leg. The shark held Todd's leg in its jaws and had a go at removing it. Todd retaliated, kicking the shark in the head and nose with his left leg until it delivered him. At that point, the dolphins showed up. They encompassed Todd, shielding him from additional assaults as he swam back to shore. Todd's companion managed medical aid before he was taken to the clinic. Todd lost portion of his blood in the assault. Bone was obvious on his correct leg. A few lifeguards and a couple of Todd's companions had seen the assault from shore, and they figured he wouldn't endure. He went through a medical procedure and got back to riding a month and a half later. 5 whale saves woman from shark. In October 2017, Nan Hauser was swimming off the Cook Islands when a humpback whale abruptly showed up close to her. The whale continued chancing upon her with its head and tummy. It endeavored conveying her on its head, gut, and back. It likewise made a few endeavors to put her under its pectoral blade. Hauser discovered this conduct unusual. She was a sea life scientist and had never observed a humpback whale act thusly. She later acknowledged what was going on after she left the water and got back to her examination vessel. There was a 4.6 meter long, 15 feet, tiger shark swimming near the whale. Clearly, the whale was shielding her from the shark. This was not the first run-through a humpback whale had been noticed shielding different creatures from hunters. In 2009, a humpback whale was shot shielding a Weddell seal from executioner whales. In 2017, some humpback whales halted executioner whales from assaulting child dark whales simply off the bank of California. Humpback whales are accepted to be defensive of different creatures in light of their characteristic intuition to shield their own young from predators. 6. 4 men attacked by mountain lion, saved by bear. Robert Biggs was climbing in the forested areas in Whiskey Flats, California, on March 26, 2012, when he was assaulted by a mountain lion. Prior to the assault, he had been watching a bear and her fledgling. He was going to leave when the mountain lion assaulted. The enormous feline hopped on him from behind, pushing him to the ground. He fruitlessly took a stab at warding the lion off until the bear showed up. The lion and bear battled for quite a while until the lion fled. The bear got back to her whelp, and Biggs left for home. He just endured a physical issue to his arm. Biggs accepted the mountain lion was intending to assault the bear's offspring before he showed up, yet then it turned on him, all things considered. It changed nothing, however, since mother bear retaliated anyway. 7. 3 fishermen saved by dolphins. In 2002, Grant Dixon was cruising in his fishing boat off the shore of Queensland, Australia, when it sank. Dixon had the option to clutch an improved dinghy. Notwithstanding, he actually stayed in the water, dying, encircled by some ravenous sharks that had begun hovering around him, persistently trusting that the ideal time will assault. One shark was obviously forceful and continued swimming nearer. Yet, at that point a few dolphins showed up and pursued the sharks away. In any case, that would not be the finish of Dixon's issues. He stayed in the water for 40 hours until he was saved by a passing boat. Dixon was the main overcomer of the 3 men on the fishing boat. One of the two other crew members had clutched the dinghy with him, however left and took a stab at swimming to land. He never made it. The quest for the 3 crew members included a teen airplane flying more than 2,000 nautical miles, 2 shipwrecked women saved by dolphins. In the mid-1970s, Ivan Vladislavic was going on a boat off the shoreline of Mozambique when the motor quit working. A few records guarantee it detonated. The boat stayed uncontrolled until it was sunk by a wave. Ivan was a generally excellent swimmer and chosen to attempt to swim to shore. In any case, a few sharks had different designs for her. 6 sharks began surrounding her and continued coming nearer until dolphins showed up. The dolphins fended the sharks off and followed Ivan as she swam/floated 40 kilometers, 25 miles, until she arrived at a float. Ivan would have suffocated on the off chance that she wasn't helped by the dolphins. She every now and again got worn out during the excursion and would have gone under if the dolphins hadn't kept her over the water. She was the main overcomer of the 4 individuals on the boat 9. One famous actor saved by porpoises. In 2010, entertainer Dick Van Dyke uncovered on The Late Show with Craig Ferguson that he was once spared by porpoises. Dyke made the disclosure after Ferguson inquired as to whether he ever surfed around his home in California. Dyke said he used to, yet halted after he nearly kicked the bucket. Dyke asserted he was riding one day when he fell sleeping on his surfboard. He arose to end up far away from land. He likewise had some excluded visitors. He was unable to see them, however he could consider there to be as they hovered around him. He at first idea they were sharks, yet they ended up being porpoises. The porpoises pushed him until age